Welcome back to the number one podcast in Ireland where we talk about whatever we want and however we want. I'm Usman, rolling solo for this episode, and this is the Into Reality podcast. So, I know we did the episode last week, and it may have seemed to be a controversial one, to say so myself. And to be fair, it was controversial because just think about it. The things I said in that episode might have been taken the wrong way by people, and they would have been absolutely livid. But it's an episode that we did. We can't go back. We can only move forward from here. And to be fair, we live and learn. We live and learn off that. Apparently, no one has come from ahead because of that episode. So I'm thinking, eh, might be okay. Might be okay. No one hasn't said anything all that crazy. No one has really said anything to me about it. So I'd just say I'm alive still. But now, for this episode, I haven't talked about this in quite a while. Maybe just talk about sports. But but before I do talk about some sports, I want to mention that Khalil has been in hospital for 3 days, and there's nothing wrong with him. He just stayed in the hospital for 3 days so that they could conduct some tests on him based on some condition that he has. And thankfully, he's home, having a rest, just doing the things he like, and that's all that really matters. So that's the important stuff I need to mention out the block. Another thing I would like to say is, have you seen these apps all over the place? Not really apps, just one app, and that app's called Stereo, where you can like go and listen to people's live broadcasts, maybe a Q&A, maybe their own version of a podcast, all those kind of stuff. I thought, you know what else? It's kind of interesting. So I made an account, went in, heard people talking, and I thought to myself, well, this might be an interesting place. So I did like create my own live, and I realized how it worked is you can't go live on your own. You have to be live with another person so that that live can take place. And I got onto a live session with this one person, actually a very nice person, while having a conversation with her. She goes by the name of Jackie, and she lives in San Diego, California. 31 years of age. We were just having a conversation on the different hobbies that we did. We talked about all different sorts of stuff. And I really enjoyed that session because like the thing like how I like to see things, like be able to talk to different people from across the globe. That's the thing I like. And that also includes YouTube. So they do different sorts of content. And there are people that will like the content that you make. So that's why it's really good to go out there. Just make the content you like to make, show yourself out there, portray the kind of person that you want to be on those kind of platforms. And that's just what it is when it comes to YouTube. Stereo, I had that one. I kind of enjoyed it. Looking forward to going in to do another one. Just that I don't have that many followers. I only have one follower and I'm following like 8 people. And so basically you could say I'm new to it, but I will find my way around it. I will find my way around it. Oh, so with all those out of the way, I would like to talk about football. Just for this episode, let's talk about a bit of football. Now, let's begin with the Champions League. Yeah. So with the Champions League games, Real Madrid just just got a win against Atalanta 1-0. So the advantage will go to them. And the second leg, Bayern Munich took out their opponents in Lazio. Manchester City easily got past Gladbach. Another one, which what was another game that happened there? Liverpool beat Leipzig, I believe. Yes, Leipzig 2-0. Another game was the Borussia Dortmund play. Yeah, Borussia Dortmund played, and they got a win. Another opponent. I'm just trying to think of. Oh yeah, and then Porto and Juventus had a one had a one all had a 1-1 in that match. But then the one I just want to talk about the most, which pretty much is the title and thumbnail for this episode of the podcast, and that is Barcelona versus PSG. Now, that match ended 4-1. And before the game, if you told me that PSG were the ones that were going to beat Barcelona 4-1, then I would have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. No, actually, I would have, because I know that, I mean, it's very obvious. Barcelona are not doing well at the moment. They're actually like piss poor. And even with Messi on the pitch, it's not going well. But talking point of that match, the talking point of that match was Kylian Mbappe scoring. So Mbappe scored a hat trick in that game. He scored against Barcelona, which is unreal. Like, he really went out there and just scored a hat trick against Messi, against Barcelona. But I would say, to be fair, Barcelona were at their best, but still disappointing for Barcelona to be all that poor during the game. And people talk about like this game could be like the passing of the torch from one goat to a future goat. And I'm just going to come out and say this: don't overhype Mbappe. Like, I'm serious when I say this. Don't overhype Mbappe. But like, for as good as he's doing right now, he's only 22. He's only 22 years old. I know he's probably scored 100 goals in his career, and he's not even in his prime yet. But it's still too early. It's God forbids this, but Mbappe gets himself an injury that really hampers what could have been.
Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, how you doing?
I'm grand. What about you, man? Another day, another
Uh,
week, another podcast to do.
yep.
How you been?
I've been well. To be honest.
How's your holidays? Or are you finished?
No, we don't have any holidays. We're still
Bro,
grinding out here.
I just finished my third semester. I'm on holidays till like end of March, man. So I'm just here chilling, man. Got nothing else to do.
Aren't you a lucky one?
Bro, I'm the lucky one, bro. I don't have. If I go back in March, I ain't back till July, so I ain't the lucky one, bro.
Yeah, fair enough.
Aye. So, what's today's topic?
Oh, just talking about football.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine, yeah, and he said like, "What's it called again? You listen to a podcast? I know we were talking about football." I was like, "You damn sure right? That's what we talked about."
Yeah. I mean, probably he hasn't heard the slogan or the motto for the podcast. We talk about whenever we want, however we want.
You true, man. Oh my dear. Anyway, man. Oh, what are you talking about? I thought you were talking about MBAPPE or something like that.
Yeah, I was just talking about the Champions League round of 16, the first legs that just happened. Other matches
Oh yeah.
did a thing, cool. I'm just talking about the Barcelona PSG one.
Oh yeah. I heard Arsenal made it to the round of 16. Oh, sorry. We're talking about Europa, Champions League, not Europa League.
We'll possibly get to that. We'll probably get to that. Well, let's just focus on this one. Barcelona won, PSG 4. Now, I'm not gonna ask you if you watched the match because probably you had no chance of doing it. But when you see like the story and the results, what came to your head?
Bro, I knew PSG were going to win. Like realistically, like Barcelona have been shite to be honest. You know what? The most surprising win, yeah, was Liverpool beating Leipzig 2-0. Yeah, because we've been shit this season. We've been trash, man. We've been bad. Like anything describe Usman, it's just so bad, yeah. And we went 2-0 away at home. Granted, I didn't watch the match because I didn't want to get depressed, you know, because I don't want to watch my team get battered. But I heard it was like flukes or something like that, errors, and we went 2-0. And ever since that, we still haven't won a game. We lost to Man City. I think no, we lost to Everton again. So and we're playing Sheffield United, I think tomorrow or something. And I think we're going to lose that game because I have no confidence in my team anymore. So I don't know. It was a surprise win. Not gonna lie.
You really
And
think that you really think Liverpool's gonna lose to a relegation battling team?
well, they bet Man United at home.
Wait,
Yeah, they bet Man United
I
two
must have
one.
forgotten about that.
Yeah, they did. They bet them 2-1. And so and Man United have better form than us, so I wouldn't be sure if they beat us.
Yeah, to be fair. But people are just talking about Mbappe and that hat trick he scored, thinking, "Oh, this match was like a was the passing of a torch from the best player in the world to like the next best player in the world." And I'm just like, calm down, calm down. He's not in his prime yet. He's still getting started. If we're talking realistically, he's still getting started at 22 years of age. But like, do you think now is Mbappe's time, or is it just like people should just calm down? It's just not about. It's just a bad period for Messi and Barcelona.
Bro, to be honest, yeah, I don't even know, bro. I've stopped watching football, man. I don't love the game anymore. It's just pain and constant pain watching Liverpool get beat, draw. It's just been pain, bro. But now I'm thinking like it's his time to shine, you know. It's like in what's it called again in Lion King. It's the circle of life, you know. But in this case, it's circle of football.
Yeah, I get that. But I think in the, but I think for like Messi, it's like it's not over until he's done with football or he's done playing in the top league. I don't know.
Do you know how like they say it's not over till the fat woman sings? Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully that yeah. It's not over till Messi and Ronaldo retire. So they still got a few gas and hopefully they still got a few what's it called again a few liters in the tank. So who knows?
yeah. I remember I said this like I think I said this like a few years back. But now every time think about it, I feel like it's not gonna happen. I said if Ronaldo and Messi retire, Neymar will be the next one to win the Ballon d'Or. But ever since then, he hasn't been anywhere close to like having a chance of winning it. It's been Van Dijk, Modric, and possibly with the emergence of Mbappe and Haaland and Sancho, probably they might be the next ones in line to win the Ballon d'Or. And I was just like, God damn it! And
Let's
also
be realistic,
he's
yeah.
even in it as well.
Modric didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or in 2018, and Messi didn't deserve it in 2019, bro. I don't know. The Ballon d'Or is just weird, man. To be honest.
I You remember back in 2018 when Modric won the Ballon d'Or? Obviously, people were
Yeah,
mad that neither Ronaldo didn't win the Ballon d'Or, but then people were saying that. But the only reason people were happy that Modric won it is because it's not the same names that's just constantly winning the Ballon d'Or. They People wanted something different. They got it. Luka Modric. I was I was happy that Modric won the Ballon d'Or because I was like, finally, I don't have to hear Messi and Ronaldo fanboys be like, oh yeah, let's see who's winning the Ballon d'Or this year, Ronaldo or Messi. It just put a it just put an end to that conversation. It's like we're heading into a new path. Ronaldo, Messi, step aside when it comes to the Ballon d'Or. New names are coming in, and sadly, that's not the case. That's not the case. Messi went and won the Ballon d'Or next year. Again, not deserved, but
yes.
but somehow,
And then
somehow,
there's no and then there's no Ballon d'Or this year. There was no Ballon d'Or this year. You know, Lewandowski would have won it.
oh, you hate to be Lewandowski right now. You just no. I
Uh,
feel like that for me because of the Ballon d'Or. That's actually rubbish. Because if they're still able to like, was it the FIFA's or was it UEFA's best player awards or something like that? You were still able to
yeah, he
do
won
that.
both of them.
How can it? How could yeah? If you're still able to do that, how could he not do the Ballon d'Or? Still think it's nonsense. Still a bit of nonsense.
It's just mad anything. Russia just, you know what? Like the government. It's corrupt, man. We all know that. It is what it is, my guy. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Anyway,
But
what's like 20 minutes? Let's get into what's your topic for today?
bruh, my topic for today. I was actually like confused, like, what could I talk about today? What could I talk about today? Like, nothing's been happening. Football's the only thing that's given us new content. But then again, we still regulate ourselves to how much of it we talk about it every week. So, what would I think about this?
You know what? I think
Um,
about it. If you haven't seen my topic yet, my topic is about fitness. Yeah. Do you go gym, Usman?
yeah, I got Jim.
Okay, yeah. Do you know when you go gym, you see like what's called again people who are huge, yeah, like proper huge, like 10
Yeah,
times your size, and you be like, bruh, I want to be like them, yeah. Or like if you go onto YouTube, yeah, you're gonna see people who are like what's called again, like Simeon Panda, David Lade. These ones I get at the top of my head, but like these are like the fitness YouTubers, yeah. And you always be like, man, I want to be like them. But at the end of the day, you're never going to be like them because what's it called again? They take steroids and all that shit, and then they lie about it, man. Like I was wondering, it's just like and these people are people like they're the main cause of what's called again. I think it's a body dysphoria or something like that. I look it up, man. Like when people just don't like their body, something like that. I think so. But I don't know, man. I searched it up.
okay, okay.
Uh, uh, Oh, yeah, body dysmorphia. Yeah, it's a mental health disorder in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance. Yeah, it's like that. I was just thinking about like what's cooking. Like I started going gym last month. Yeah, and I've been going like for 2 months, nearly 2 months now, and so I've started seeing results. Yeah, but like from some other people, they don't see results to like what's cooking like 7, like later down the line, yeah. And for other people, it takes longer, and for other people, it takes shorter amount of times. And then it goes to show, like, what's it called again? Sometimes you shouldn't, what's it called again? Try to compare yourself with someone else. Like, do you know how, like, in this day and age, yeah, everyone's trying to, it's like always, it's always a competition. Trying to compare yourself with this guy, trying to be better than this guy, blah blah blah. And like sometimes, people are just different. Like human beings are complicated, man. Like no one's the same. So like,
Yeah. That's the one thing that hurts. That's the one thing that hurt people a lot. When you see someone on the internet, just be like, "Oh, that person looks kind of great. I want to look just like that." But then that person you just see is possibly faking it. But you never know unless that person was exposed to faking their stuff and whatnot.
yeah. And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm what's it called again? I'm natural." Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm natural," something like that. And it says with hard work, and they with hard work, dedication, you could be like me. There's one guy called Uzoma, yeah, and he goes up and says like this, okay? He says he's natural, yeah, because he does cardio with no hands. Now, just listen to what he said. He says he does cardio with no hands. You know what cardio is, yeah? For the heart,
Yeah,
like what's it called, like running.
yeah.
Mostly people who do cardio usually do running, what's it called, skipping, and what's it called, just activities that make you
Cycling,
run, like
yeah, cycling as well. Yeah.
hiking and all that stuff, yeah. And majority of the time in the gym, it's usually what's called running and like on a treadmill or something like that. And you're supposed to do that with no hands. So like, what is he trying to say? Like for some person who doesn't know, like, oh, he does cardio with no hands, you'd be like, oh shit, like, he must be doing. That's why he's getting big. But like, if you stop and think about that, he's just bullshitting us.
I mean, saying
It's
that
just weird,
he
man.
does cardio with he's saying that he does cardio with no hands. It's already cap. Like that's already a lie. Cause like you need your like okay, let's
That's how,
if you're running or jogging, you need your hands to like keep your balance. You're not gonna keep your hands like behind your back tied and just try and go for a jog or just run. And when you're cycling, you think you're not going to cycle without using the handlebar. Like there's only a certain amount of time you can do that without the handlebar before putting your hands back on it to keep your balance. Like if you're willing to
yeah,
lose your balance, then go ahead, but you're just lying to yourself.
it's just mad. It's just mad how people just like just admit that you're not natural. Like just admit it. Like most people know you're not natural. Just admit it. Like it just doesn't make sense. And it goes up to show you like goals. Like some people just want to be other. For example, like me, I've been going to gym twice, and I can only bench press 50 kg. Yeah, and even that I can only do maximum 5 or 7 reps. Yeah, but there's people out there in the gym who are smaller than me, like size wise, and they can bench press like 80 or 90. And like for me, I'd be like for some people they'd be like, oh shit, I can't be, and I want he's way better than me, something like that. But they don't know that he might, like, let's say he's not even taking steroids, yeah, but he's been going to the gym longer than you, yeah, and therefore he's going to be what's called, he's definitely going to bench press more than you because like he's been going longer. He probably knows the better form, the better technique to do it, and instead of all what's called, like, he's just more experienced. And like sometimes you shouldn't be focusing on other people. You should focus on yourself, like, and try to get where you want to achieve. Because some people be like, "Oh, you need to do this, I need to do that." For example, like I know a friend of mine. He goes to the gym for what's called to build muscle and build strength. Yeah, and that's good and all. Like everyone has their goal, but I go to the gym mainly just for endurance and what's called to lose a bit of weight and put on a bit of muscle. But I just don't want to be huge and ripped. I like what he's going to do, like his exercise he's going to do, is going to be different from exercise I'm going to do. Same way as what's called when I see a person in the gym doing other exercise, his overall goal is definitely probably going to be different from yours. Sometimes that's why you shouldn't be worried about other people because like their goal is different from yours. Therefore, they're going to take a different path from yours than you.
One thing that I think
Was that
about is that
was
the
that too
people,
complicated?
it doesn't seem complicated to me. I'm just thinking about for the kind
Oh
of
yeah,
people.
but to the viewer, probably they're like, what is this guy saying? Like, oh my god, this is some philosophical shit, man. I'm like, oh my day, I came here to relax, not to get what's called again, not to get attacked.
One thing I just want to point out for like some people that are like just big in mass, and people like trying to believe that, and they want people to believe that, oh, it's just that. Like, there's only like a few people that can get that, that can become that big of size. and for it to be actually legit. And that for me, that would be only if if they were like naturally if they were just naturally big and there was like no roids to it. Because like if you look like maybe probably like back in the day, like old school, like, probably like around 40, 50 years, some some wrestlers when they were wrestling, some of them would just take the roids just to remain in their big physical shape while performing, and then once they retire, they get off it, and you see, and they just become really, really small, like smaller than what they were back then. It's just like, oh yeah, this is just proof that you were on the roids.
Yeah, man. It's just obviously it just goes to show. And something like what's called like if you're on steroids, yeah. But I'm not a doctor, yeah. But I've watched some videos where people explain it who have more knowledge than me. It's like if you put on steroids, like you're gonna put on more. You're gonna be like more likely to put on more mass and more gains and all that stuff. I think it's like at the end of the day, like focus on yourself, man. Like because like no one's gonna if you don't love yourself, no why should anyone else love you? Well, that's what Drake said. I don't know.
It is
What do you think,
true.
Usman?
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you think self love is key, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, just I mean, just appreciate yourself. Like, look if you look at the things you have, like just
Mm-hmm.
appreciate them because if you don't
Some people don't
appreciate
have it.
it and someone else had it, they probably will.
Mm. But let's play devil's advocate, yeah. Okay, let me play. Let me play. That sounds weird. Let me play bad cop, yeah. Okay. You know how like what's it called again? People say, "Oh, again, you shouldn't be worried about your stuff because some other people have it worse." What do you think about them? Say that.
True. I agree. I agree on that one. Because
Well,
you're only looking look because the thing is people are only looking at themselves and the people above them. And they want to consider that oh they're not having a great time. They don't tend to look at people like below them who are on worse situations than you are. That's why people try to say, yo, appreciate what you have. It could have been way worse for you. So yeah, I just say agree on that one.
well, let's play bad cop, yeah. That's
All
that,
right.
that's like saying what's called again. Your emotions don't matter because there's people worse than you. Like that. That's when people say that. That's what they mean, kind of mean. Which I believe.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't believe that's the case. But like, just playing the like your emotions matter. But remember, it could always be worse. And at the end of the day, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
So, yeah, and it can always be worse. But anyway, you I saw a thumbnail for this, yeah, and you said what's it called again? Trump is better. Trump is a better president. So what's that all about?
Oh, is it is name of the video is called opinions that will trigger you. And basically, just the point is just to say some outrageous stuff that will get just people angry. Be like, how can this person say that? This person is deluded out of their mind.
Yeah, one of them
And
is
that's really
Trump.
the whole
You know
point
what?
of it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
say?
the whole point of that video is just to say some outrageous stuff and see how people react. Obviously,
Yeah,
like, dislike. I'm coming for all of it. Bring the smoke if you're going to.
bro. One outrageous thing is, bro, your haircut, man. Looks. You need a haircut, bro. You need trim, man. That quarantine, bro. Haircut looks weird. But
I had an afro for most of that. For most of that.
yeah, I have my hair out. I'm gonna get a haircut though. I'm just gonna go bald just for the bands. Oh yeah,
Oh,
if oh, yeah. What's called? Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start. Let's do a quick fire. Okay, so what's one of your opinions? Yeah, that
okay.
was called again. That do you think people are gonna get triggered over?
Hmm.
For me, yeah, I'm gonna say it. FIFA is trash and overrated, and majority of people base their personality on how good they are at FIFA, especially the guy.
the
Might be
thing
mad.
is, there's actually kind of there are actually people out there that will believe because of how good they are in a certain game, just like, oh yes, because I'm so good at this game, my standards are on that high level. It's like, yeah, yeah, take a chill pill, mate.
Bro, like I don't even play FIFA, man. It's not one of my top games. My favorite game is obviously Pokemon, but it's fucking man. The amount of people, oh man, the amount of people would be like, "Oh, I'm so good at FIFA, bro. I can do anything." It's so funny. No, but the thing I like about FIFA, yeah, is the songs, man. Remember when we were kids, we used to play PES 2000 and is it 2009? Yeah, 2009. Yeah,
10,
that's the one with the 10-10, the one with Fernando Torres and Messi. Yeah,
Messi on the cover.
and
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
and there was this one song. Yeah, it was like this. I was one of my favorite songs. Hopefully, we don't get copyright for it. Yeah, it's this. You probably don't want to talk about. Yeah, it's like, what did you do today? I did nothing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember. It's
uh,
cool to do
to
nothing.
know nothing. It's that song was just too great. But I also got and there's another one called Ruby 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 Ruby.
I think that for me, I think that's like top two of the best songs on that soundtrack. Oh my god! Even like
Oh,
even people like even outside of PES, like people know that song.
Ruby 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 Ruby. Man, imagine we get copyright for this, man.
Who cares?
But it's not like we're making any money out of here anyway. To be honest, what are we like on? Like
Yeah.
we have like 38 subs, so we're like 12 left. So oh yeah, by the way, if you're still up to here, if you're still listening here, congratulations and subscribe so you can reach 50 subs before the end of the year, and hopefully we can return Humpty to Mr. Dubai whenever he's back.
Hmm. Yeah, you're
Oh,
not letting him out, are you?
nah, he's still with me, bro. Mr. Humpty, Mr. Dubai is back in Dubai now, so I think he'll be gone for a long while. Even if he's
So,
listening to this, which I doubt he is.
yeah, did he give you did he give you that amount of money or that Spotify deal that he was supposed to get us?
Nah, he didn't, bro. So that's why I still got Humpty.
All right,
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah,
okay,
if we were to get like a Spotify deal, yeah, hypothetically in the future, yeah, okay,
yeah.
but that means it will be exclusively on Spotify. Yeah, would you do it?
Ye- ye- oh, oh, oh. I'm thinking I want to do yes, but the fact that it can only be played on Spotify and not on YouTube, or not on
No,
YouTube or SoundCloud,
any
not
or
even
any other.
iTunes. Hmm. Would
Just
we like? I don't. This may be unrealistic, but would there at least be like a YouTube channel just to put on like short bits of it and tell people to listen to the rest of it? Go on to Spotify.
yeah. Thing is, yeah, I wouldn't personally do because the thing is, like, sometimes like a podcast, yeah. For example, I give you one podcast that I do enjoy, Trudeau podcast, yeah. Sometimes it's like the facial expressions, yeah, or like when you see them face to face, like when you see them, like the facial expressions, the hand movement, like those would sell a podcast sometimes. Like those are what people enjoy. I felt like just hearing two people talk. I know this sounds hypocritical because we're just here talking, like. But I remember a friend of mine was like saying sometimes people like seeing their faces, so they'd be thinking like they're just right there in front of them. I don't know how true that is, but it does make perfect sense.
I get the perspective because sometimes when I just listen to a podcast with just the audio, I just feel a bit. I feel a bit odd about it because it's not music. You just listen to people mumbling and not see anything. It's just like it's strange. But like in video format, just like oh, you're seeing like the whole thing go down, and people just expressing themselves while having that podcast. This is like yeah, that one that's probably better for me. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take. Nah, I just say no to this. What if I do?
Plus, like, oh man, it's not like we're getting one anytime soon, unless. Nah, we didn't. You know what's like? Oh yeah, I remember like start of this month. Yeah, I emailed like 10 YouTubers. Yeah, and only one of them replied, and he replied and said no. Oh, Man, I even 10, yeah. I didn't even reply. I replied, I said, can you even reply with and say no, just so I know you looked at it. And only one guy replied and said no. But the thing is, at least he replied, bro. At least he acknowledged this one. He acknowledged our existence. So now I can put that on my CV, YouTuber, and not acknowledges my existence. But now it's just joking, man. Now it's next month, so I have to do it again. Just send 10 different people, and let's see how it works, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I remember when you were talking about soundtracks earlier for games. I when you look at PES, like honestly, like the last game of PES that I played properly was obviously PES 2010. I tried playing like the other PESs, but it's just like nah, I don't have that feeling like back then because sometimes a game is not just the game itself, the soundtrack as well makes it all the more better. And like I know you
yeah,
don't play FIFA, but many people can say the last game to have not only a good soundtrack but a good game in itself was FIFA 15. Because after that was the game started becoming lackluster. Some soundtracks were not great. I mean, okay, to be fair, FIFA 16 soundtrack was good, 17 was bad. FIFA 18 soundtrack was bad. Only two songs were good. FIFA 19 soundtrack was it's all right. FIFA 20 not that great. FIFA 21 is just bad.
it's just met, innit? That was trying to say.
Yeah, some is just meh, some just bad, and some other ones like oh you can all find like one or two songs from that soundtrack. Just like oh yeah that song's good, but still, God
Sure.
sake,
Like,
yes,
what is this? This isn't
like yeah,
wasn't this isn't what I grew up with.
yeah, of course, obviously.
But then again, you can like take into the nostalgic factor as well. Like for me, yeah, most of the time when I'm playing a game, like especially like, I spend most time playing handheld console games, yeah. But like when I'm doing it, I usually turn off the volume. I just use put a plug in my headphones, man. But what's cooking? Like for example, like Pokemon. I play Pokemon a lot. Yeah, that's like one of the games I played for a long time. Yeah, and even then, like people say the soundtrack is really good and that, but I just turn off the soundtrack when I'm playing the game because I'm just not really interested in that, to be honest. But
I can
like
get
if it
that.
was like it was like but like so for example like console games, yeah. Like for example, I played Fable 2 and Fable 3. Like I like the soundtrack for that because like it was on the TV, so there was no point turning it off anyway. So like and plus I can hear the dialogue more better. So that's because like so that's why I played it. It was fun, yeah. I was funny when I got when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out. Yeah, I said I'd never buy the game. Yeah, and then I contradicted myself. Yeah, and bought the game like what 2 years later. And I was surprised. Like it wasn't the best. Obviously, I like the old style. Yeah, but what's fucking most funny about it? Yeah, is that there were cutscenes in the Pokemon game. Yeah, and like I know there's been cutscenes in Pokemon games. Like, but like these ones were just weird, and they gave you options to say what you're gonna say. And I was like, damn, bro, this has really changed from since I was a kid, man. I remember, like, do you like when people say like you don't hate something until you try it? Yeah, I think that has to do with most things. 'Cause I hated Pokemon. I was like, this is overrated. I'll never get the game. Yeah, I remember when Pokemon Black and White came out. I was like, no one's going to buy this. This is garbage and all that shit. And then I got the game. Yeah, I don't even know how I got the game. I probably asked my mom, and my mom bought it just like that, and it turned out to be one of my favorite games of all time.
And that's Pokemon Black, right?
Yeah, I
Right.
know. Yeah, yeah. No, it's not because I'm black. That's why I like it because I liked it. I like Pokemon Black and White. I like Gen 5, but like Pokemon Black was the first game I got. Pokemon game I got.
Of course, we obviously stand for
No
equality
racism.
on this
Yeah,
podcast.
equality. No racism here. You know, it's a racist free, free from anything bad podcast. That's why it's called Into Reality because we're trying to go into reality.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. That sounds a bit sarcastic the way you said that, but okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Like, let's let's just okay. Let's try this. Like, let's say you're watching like this series, like it could be an anime, or it could be a cartoon, and you're really enjoying it, and then you hear the news that it ended. It just ended for whatever reason, and then a couple of years pass by to a point where like, okay, you're beyond like caring about that one. You don't hate it, but it's just like, okay, you've accepted the fact that, oh yeah, it's ended a long time. But then you hear that they're going to do a reboot of that show, and you thinking to yourself, like, would you watch the reboot of that show? But obviously, like, make it more the same time that it's being rebooted. So it's like, let's say, for example, I don't, I don't really know. Let's just say like a show like,
It's like how they rebooted Titans with Teen Titans Go.
yeah, like they rebooted, but they had to make it like more suited
Ch-
for this time.
Child friendly. Child friendly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I know. That's why it's trash, man. I watched it, man. It's just so bad. I don't even enjoy it. But then again,
yeah,
it's
'cause-
I think it's
yeah,
not.
okay.
But I think it's not for me. Like I don't think it's for me. Like the thing is, like sometimes people say, "Oh, I hate these days cartoons" or something like that. But then I realize these cartoons aren't for you. They're not aimed at you. They're aimed towards children. But then again, like a good cartoon should what's it called again should stand time. Should stand the distance of time or something like that. For example, like Adventure Time, Adventure Time, Amazing World Gumball, what's it called again, Regular Show, man. Like those films I liked watching as a kid, and even though now I'm an adult, technically, I don't know, my mind definitely not. What's it called again? Uh, what's it called again? What's it called? I still like watching them.
Yeah, yeah, because like there's hardly like any cartoons just like you were able to watch like back then, which are still running now, and you still watch it now. Because like for me right now, there's none. SpongeBob's still running, but I can't get myself to like watch it again. Completely different how it was last time. I think it's just more. I don't know. Just I haven't bothered myself to watch something like that. Regular show, I will watch that every now and then. Like cartoons back then, like cartoons that were running back then, popular back then, but then just stopped. Like the amount of nostalgia and the amount of excellence that they had is obviously like far beyond cartoons they're making like right now. Because if you try to look at it right now, it's like, oh, what happened to cartoons? Like they're not as good as they were back then, or something like that. Do you remember? Do you remember Chowder?
Yeah, Chowder, man. That was a good cartoon, man.
Oh yeah, that was a good cartoon. Even like I remember like shows like that. They're basically talking about si- they're talking about simping and no simping. I don't know if you remember this character. I think her name's called Penelope.
Panini,
Oh,
Panini.
Panini.
Remember,
Yeah, Panini.
remember even what's called again? What's his name again? Little X, Lil Nas, the guy who did Old Town Road. Wasn't it Lil
Yeah, I
Nas
know
or
the
something
song.
like that? Yeah,
Lil
he
Nas
did. He did.
X.
He did a song called Panini. Yeah, Lil Nas. He did a song called Panini as well.
Yeah, I
I
just
would
remember
sing the
that
lyrics.
episode.
I would sing the lyrics, but I definitely know I'm gonna get copyright.
uh, I remember in that one episode, like that one episode in particular. Wow, Panini was trying to get with Chowder, just be like Chowder's girlfriend. Basically, Chowder just went and got this singer and just said it to Panini straight up. I'm not your boyfriend. Like, just like, this is how you shut down a thought. You shut that down quickly. I just like, damn, this must be one of the most, it's not only the greatest, but the most embarrassing way to get humiliated in public.
Yeah, man. It's mad.
Damn.
Man, it's just a funny show. I'll probably still be watch it one day, and I'll still be laughing.
The reason
It's
I
just too
ask
funny.
this is because the reason I ask this is because there was some recent news that they were going to reboot iCarly. I was just thinking to myself, yeah, but some of the characters that were there, like the actors and actresses for those characters, are not going to be on the show. I just like it's not going to be the same. It's like please just leave it where it was. And just give me the whole series on Netflix so I can just go onto it and just watch it. Cause I'll
Yeah,
tell you this, you know, like there's the three characters, Carly, Sam, and Freddie. Now the actress for Sam, like she was contacted if she wanted to be on the reboot of iCarly, and she said no because of like maybe like some personal issues like back then while they were doing the original iCarly. She's not going to be there. Like another side character that was in the show is also not going to be there. No confirmation of the other characters if they're going to be in it. So just like sounds great, but I don't think so. Maybe if you did like a one time thing, maybe just like I don't know, maybe like catching up with them, see like what they're doing right now, or maybe possibly a movie. I think one of those two options would be better to do rather than to just trying to reboot a series. Because trying to reboot anything, it's not going to be the same as it once was. I mean, you can agree with me on that, can you? Can't you?
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can sympathize with you on that. It's like that meme, like what's called in "Stop It, It's Already Dead." The one with when Homer was fighting. Was it who was he fighting? Someone was fighting something on The Simpsons.
Yeah,
It's like "Stop It, It's Already Dead." It's
yeah. I
like
think
that,
it's
man.
just yeah. It's like stop it, it's already dead. Yeah. You're trying to basically trying to beat up a dead horse.
Yeah, but it's just dumb. What's the game? Yeah, but sometimes they make it rebooted and it's good because like Contract Fronted they had a reboot of it and it's good. For Fullmetal Alchemist they had a reboot of it and then but they changed a few things and it was good as well. But sometimes it's just shit, man.
Yeah. Probably just had like maybe like 70 to 80% of things rebooted don't work out. Other times some might do.
Mm. No, it's just weird, man. But it is weird, man.
Way weird. It is what it is, definitely.
Then there's what's called in, how do I say it? There could be like a good reboot. But the thing is like when it comes to like I'd rather have it finished. Like for example, like Hunter x Hunter, they rebooted it like twice, yeah, and they still haven't finished it, my guy. Like honestly, God, like I think it ended like the anime ended in 2008, like 2012, 13, 14. And man, they still haven't finished it. I think like the author is like sick or something like that. People say he has back pain. I'm like, I'm like, bro, what do you mean back pain? Like, all you do is just write, my guy. Like, even write like 1 page a day, bro. Like, it's been like what more than 5 years now, and he hasn't written anything. It's just stupid. But man, it is what it is, bro. That's all I have to say, man. It is what it is.
It
Man,
is.
again. And then there's some
Yeah,
people
so
who are
like
just so trash. Like spoiler alert, yeah, for anyone who doesn't read the Naruto manga, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah. So if you're listening to this, keep listening. It's your fault, bro. Kurama, he dies, man, in Naruto.
damn.
Yeah, bro, he just gets murked. And then Sasuke loses his Rinnegan. Bro, sometimes the anime makes so no because oh yeah, see, agree with me. Sometimes when they make it a sequel, yeah, it's just so dumb. Like for example, like in Naruto, they made a story sequel called Boruto, yeah. And Boruto is trash. Okay, I'm gonna say out it's one of the worst animes I ever watched. Yeah, the only reason people watch it because of the nostalgia factor from Naruto, but it's so bad. Like they should just made a movie of it and just end it like that. But nah, the what's called it had to be the what did they call them? The creator had to be greedy. It's like, oh, I'm gonna keep milking this and just made Boruto.
Mm.
It's like the
And
Fast and Furious series as well. Like, isn't Fast and Furious just like what 20 or how many of them are there? I don't know. Man.
yeah, like that franchise is like 20 years old. It should have ended in 2015. It should have ended at 7.
Was that when Paul Walker died? Didn't it?
He died 2 years before 2 years ago. I mean before the movie came out, he died 2 years ago. But then Fast and
Okay.
Furious 7, it should have been like the perfect should have been the perfect way to end it. Like, yeah,
Now
they
he
should have
says
ended
it's
the
been a long
franchise there.
time. Now he says it's been a long time.
Yeah,
And I'll
long. It's been a
change my
long day. It's been
plan.
a long. Yeah,
Uh, same,
yeah. But
same
like
thing.
that should have been the perfect ending. That should have been the perfect ending. But nah, they had to get they milked two more movies out of it. Two more movies. I like I watched one of them and I just watched like this is more of a Mission Impossible movie than it is a Fast and Furious one. Where's the racing? Where's the drag racing? This nah. It should have just
Like,
it should have just ended.
you're like,
So
this
I
some
can just
bullshit, innit?
yeah, this is just some nonsense, like some foolishness
What
over here. Like, oh
what
Lord.
type of what type of uselessness is this? Yeah, but sometimes sequels are just so bad, man.
You know the thing with
Ah,
Boruto? You know the thing with
yeah,
Boruto? Like, people told me there's only one bit of Boruto that they watched, and it had to do with Naruto and Sasuke. Just both of them in the
yeah,
same
what?
place alone. And it's just like,
Yeah,
I'm like, there you go. The one bit
well,
that people cared about Boruto is Naruto and Sasuke. Same
you
thing
know,
back in Naruto
yeah,
Shippuden and the early Naruto. It's just like, what's the point?
yeah. It was funny, yeah, it's funny. Whatever on Instagram or Twitter, yeah, when people are clowning on Boruto, there's this one joke it's like, "Oh, Boruto ain't that bad. You just have to read the manga. It gets better after 300 episodes." That's just one joke because like it's so bad. Like I'm not saying this. I want to do worst animes ever because I've seen worse. I've read the worst animes. For example, Boku no Pico. I wouldn't recommend anyone watching that. It's so bad. I never watched it, but I know. But my friend told me what's it about. It's trash. But like Boruto's just trash from a standpoint. I don't even know why. The only reason I had fans is because people just want to see Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah, that's just pretty
And
much it.
you know when you're like clinging onto nostalgic, actually, then your thing must be really bad, bro. I'm telling you, man. Your show must be really bad. But anyway, but that's just what I think, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Like, I look, if they wanted to do something about Boruto, like, yeah, just like a movie would have been fine. Would have been the best, but at least that would have been fine. Just like, oh yeah, just have a one thing. See how his life would go. Just have it on that.
Yeah, man.
Milking things.
Yeah,
Like,
man. It is what it is, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why people
It
tend
is.
to like. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. If you look at like Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball, I don't. Now, here's the thing with this. I don't know if they're milking it or they really want to like carry on with the story or whatnot. But I think the thing with Dragon Ball is, I say this is probably more of a problem. Is that like I think they just keep on giving the same people the spotlight, and no one else could have a platform to shine. And giving you examples would obviously would just be obvious. Goku it was normally Goku and Vegeta, but even Vegeta doesn't get the same amount of limelight that Goku does. Imagine if you ask people like who's the best character in Dragon Ball, if they want to say between a certain period of time, people just say, "Oh yeah, Teen Gohan was the best at this time." Most
Bro,
of the
eyes,
series,
in my eyes, Dragon Ball Z ended in the Cell Saga, and King Gohan is the best anime character of all time.
I mean, to be like even in like to be fair, in the Boot Saga, he had something, but
Bro, he
no,
had
actually, now
nothing, bro.
that
He had Ultimate Gohan, bro, and then nothing happened, bro. After that, like, bro, you couldn't catch a Potara earring, bro. Like, remember, like, you can catch bullets, but you can't catch a Potara earring. It's like, what is wrong with this guy? But
and
he's
it's
still
not
my
like
favorite character of all time.
I like if you think about it, what went faster, the bullets or like Goku's tossing? I don't know what went
bro,
faster.
bro, it's a bullets, man. But he does have the best line ever. It's like, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to kill you. Then he gets
And
absorbed.
and that's something he should have. But
Oh, it's like when you get cocky and you get smacked. But this, but I love Gohan, man. He's still my favorite character, man. He's still my favorite anime character of all time, bro. But man got smacked, man. Oh, this.
he got he,
Oh,
he
and
got
then
he got nerfed. He got nerfed though.
yeah.
He
Oh,
got
dude, the
nerfed.
nerfs were so bad. Like even during Watch Kagan, I thought during tournament power, yeah, he was going to awaken a new instinct. He was going to awaken something, yeah, in order to defeat Jiren. Jiren, that's his name, Jiren, right?
Yeah,
Bro, and he just gets knocked out by Dispo. I'm like, Dispo, I disbelieve that that happened. That was a bad joke, but you get what I'm trying to say, man.
yeah.
Oh,
Like I think they were looking at like how can they have Gohan be like the main character of the Dragon Ball series. Looked at it and realized they can't do that. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna bring back Goku into the series, make him undead, okay, but don't kill off everything that Gohan has. If you bring Goku back, at least leave everything that Gohan has with him. I think the problem was the fact that he didn't want to fight. He's just trying to become
yeah,
a scholar. It's just like no one cares about being a scholar. Look at Vegeta. He's just living Council Corporation being rich.
yeah, bro. Man's just chilling, bro,
He's
with his
just
wife
chilling.
and kids. And with his wife, who's a millionaire.
Yeah, I mean, he had the jackpot.
Bro. And
I don't know.
if you watch Team Four Star, you know what I mean.
Yep. Yeah.
But Team Four Star is so good, but why did they have to get? Why did people want to sue them, bro? They should have just let them have fun, bro, because it was so funny.
I I don't. Some
People
people are
just
just
be jealous,
yeah.
jealous for no
Some people
reason, man.
just clingy. They're just clingy. No wait,
You know?
clingy. I don't know. Some people are just
Anyway,
petty. Just petty. Yeah.
petty, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'll just say petty.
Anyway,
But
I
here's the
mean,
thing.
go on.
Here's the thing with Dragon Ball. Like let's just say this. Let's say it gets to the point where like Goku and Vegeta are getting old and like could no longer like fight and protect protect the Earth, and then it's just like and basically the next person in line is Gohan. But look how they done him. Look how they massacred your boy all
Muscular,
that
muscular boy, man.
much.
Bro, remember in what's called again in what's called again, the first movie where they first meet Beerus, yeah?
Yeah,
Man turned into Ultimate Gohan and got one hit killed by what's called Beerus. And then after that, he never went Ultimate Gohan again until he started training with Piccolo after the Black Goku saga. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah, man went out. Oh my days, bro! They massacred my boy. Honestly, God, man, the way they massacred my boy, bro. Like, honestly, God, she got fined for like she get arrested for murder.
Now that I think about it, during the Goku Black saga, I think I think it would have been more interesting if it was like Gohan Black facing off future Trunks. Because just imagine how future Trunks would be feeling. Like the fact that Gohan was the one that trained him, made him as strong as he is now, and then just seeing an evil version of him. That would have been more interest. That would have been more interesting to see than just having Goku Black. And then that should have had like Gohan be like an evil version of him. He can't let this happen. Do whatever he Alex. At this point, Whis just needs to take Gohan and just train him for like a whole year. Just Whis needs to take him and just train for a whole year. That's just
Bro,
what
it
has
would have
to
been like
happen.
what's called again. It would have been like what's called again, master versus student.
It would have just been like Oh
Like,
yeah, 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 of course, masturbate, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, but
Miss
of course,
like that's the
they
thing
had to
with
massacre my
that's the,
boy.
yeah, that's the thing with with TV series and movies. Like so many missed opportunities. Like,
Yeah, man.
and also go here's a fact. Goten and Kid Trunks have not aged for the last 30 years.
Bro, yeah, even we've aged, man. They're like being kids,
Mhm.
they're still kids, man.
I just like, come on, you can't have them just be backup acts. Just don't have them in the background or whatnot. Like, imagine what you could do with them. Like, I just watch like parody channels on YouTube, and they somehow find a way to make those characters more interesting than the ones they have us watching in the series.
Yeah, man. Just man.
Speaking of, oh yeah, speaking of mangas, like how many mangas like have you read? Are they that
Bro,
interesting?
I only read one. That was Fairy Tale, and you know the reason why I read that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember.
We won't talk about that, but you know the reason why I read that. That's the only manga I ever read.
Yeah, like look, I'll tell you this. Like, here's the thing with Fairy Tail. Like, you must have think that I hated that anime. But to be honest with you, I hate Fortnite more than I do Fairy Tail. Like, Fairy Tail is not it's not a terrible anime. Like like there are interesting characters there. Gray's one, Urza's another one. But then I think there's this there's that dude that has like fire powers. I always get him
Natsu,
confused with Natsu. I always get him confused with, like, another character from My Hero
Ace,
Academia.
oh Endeavor or Shoto. Is it a fully grown guy or is the guy who's half cold, half ice?
I think he's already half grown or something like that.
He's
Let's see if
half.
I could like
Does he have like a burnt eye?
let me just try and find a picture. See if I can find it. See.
Still looking. My who, my my
No, it is probably Shoto
Shoto. Shoto
Todoroki.
Todoroki. Yeah,
He's
him. Half cold, half ice.
he has yeah, he's the one that has like the fire powers, right?
Yeah, he's like half cold. Yeah, he's half cold, half ice. But his dad and his older brother Toya, they're the ones who have like the fire quirk, man. And his mum has like an
Yeah,
ice quirk.
because it's always him. I get him confused for the other one in Fairy Tail.
Yeah, man. But
Oh
it
yeah,
is,
there's
man.
like yeah, there's what do you remember that one episode? That one episode. I know it's not with the no, it's not the one with the sound effect that you get me frustrated all the time with.
Oh,
It's
the one
that
that goes
I
like
think it's
ah
yeah,
ah
yeah. Oh
wow.
yeah,
Oh, happy goes. That was a funny one.
yeah. Look, it just got annoying for me because how consistent you were with it, and you just played on repeat. That was the only reason I didn't like it. If you didn't
Bro,
put
it's
it
too
on repeat,
funny.
I would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." Move on. Oh yeah, that Christmas episode. We're just doing like dares all over the place. They're just like,
Oh yeah, when they're
I'm
all
like,
drunk.
hey yo,
Yeah,
fam. I'm like, yo, fam, is this episode alright? Like, I'm like, is this okay? Like,
bro, that's just
I
anime, my
like
guy.
like Elsa was giving dares to everyone, and it was just embarrassing. But then
Yeah,
when Gray got the one, he's like, yes, I'm about to end this whole woman's career. And she just
yeah.
told her, I
Go
dare you
home.
to go home like that.
Yeah,
She was like, Okay, okay, fine. Okay, babe, calm. I was like,
But she went,
what? Nah, it was just an L for everyone. Everyone took an L that episode. It was just like she came, ruined all of you, and she still left with a W.
bro, man. Listen, man. Just like how we're gonna leave with a W right now on a high note. It's like 1 hour, isn't it? Oh my
Yeah, it's
days.
already 1 hour.
Might as well. Got anything else to say, my guy?
No, I'm good over here.
Bro. Bro, anything to plug? You're gonna plug your YouTube channel.
I mean, it's already the link to that's already in the description. People can go and find it. Everyone can go and find the links to our social medias, the clips channel, and all that fancy stuff.
And with that is, we'll end this podcast. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. If you didn't, you know what to do. You know what to do. Let's be realistic. You're not kids. And if you watched this far, you know what to do. And we end the podcast here. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you guys next week when we get into reality. Take care. Good night. Bye bye. And ara ara sayonara.